Hi there, my name is Aaron. I am muting my TV so I can see your messages over there. And I can tell you one thing. I doubt very much this show is going to have as much drama as the Oscars. So that's the thing, guys. Hey there, Trash. How's it going? If you're watching me via Facebook, I will apologize ahead of time because, unfortunately, when it comes to Facebook, if you comment on there, I can't see your comments. I can only see your comments if you're watching me through YouTube. But with that being said, we are going to be talking tonight with Vinegar Syndrome, Mondo Macabre, and maybe we'll look into the Warner Archive sale that is still going on right now. And I'll try not to get punched in the face throughout this video. We'll make that. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Twisted. Welcome. Hey, Joe. Because that's the thing. Let me just grab my tea. We're going to start going. And I'm going to look right into it. I'm going to tell you why I think, because I've been asked a lot. And then in the last day especially. So, Vinegar Syndrome. Is it a good deal? I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are in about 30 seconds. I forgot bringing my tea. Hey there, Antoine George. Hey there, Flickering. Flickering's got a great podcast. You should be checking out, by the way. Hey, Cam. Wow. So, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. It's a ways back, but yeah. Hey there, Dustin. First off, this is the first video that I've done. Way too much Ragman and coffee, too. So I'm not just a tea drinker. Hey, Justin. So first off, I want to thank Dustin because I really wanted to grab the Vinegar Syndrome titles, but because of reasons that I mentioned, I won't mention right here, but I mentioned on my Patreon, that I couldn't. So I got a message from my good friend Dustin on here, who's been a big guy on the channel, big supporter of the channel, and he sent me a message saying, I got you a birthday present. It's going to come a little late. In fact, it's going to come in June. And hope you don't mind me saying, but it is the 4Ks for Thriller, Miami Connection, and Cloak and Dagger. And damn, that's impressive. I actually have one coming from George as well. The subspecies set from 88 Films. I'm not quite sure when that one comes out, but I want to thank you both, because it's amazing and it was extremely generous, and I truly appreciate it because those are all ones that I wanted and that I thought I was going to miss out on, that I would have missed out on without you guys. Should you miss out on it, though, let's actually look into that right now, because I've gotten asked several times through message and just recently on I got a comment saying, did I think that 50 was pricey for the for any of the sets that were being put out? So yeah, I saw the slab. That'll be talked about for quite a while. So yeah, Jordan, that's going to be at least something interesting for the Oscars, and that hasn't happened in a while. I'm sure they'll work it out. So let's dive into the one that is most expensive first. It's around $50 American, and it's 62.38 Canadian, and that is on sale. By the way, once this goes up, it will be 99.81 Canadian and around like $75-80 American. That would be Thriller. Is it smarter to buy at the halfway sale if you just want one of those titles? If you're going to buy one of them, I'd say buy them now. Because to be bluntly honest with you there, Justin, and I say it bluntly a lot, they're not going to be this cheap when the sale comes. So when the sale comes, they're going to be still discounted a bit, but not discounted to this amount. So if you got the bones to get them now, Justin, you only want one of these titles. You can buy them separately. You don't have to buy the whole package if you don't want to. But here's the thing. It's $62.38 now, or $50 American, whatever. Hey there, John. Welcome, man. It won't be once the sale starts. It'll be higher priced. Even if we go towards the second sale, the halfway, let's say we go to the Black Friday sale. Let's say, hey there, Dan, welcome, man. Let's say just perchance there happens to be some that are left for Thriller, and it's over half sold now, as Dustin just mentioned. So the limited edition with the color one eye edition of there on there as well, that's not going to be there forever. That's just until that one sells out, and it's over half sold out right now. But the thing is, these specific releases, anything like a VSU or a VSP, they don't go on at half price. They rarely do, and even at the half price sales, you'll see like them go on. Like even Beastmaster never went on half price. Went on close to half price, but not half price. They kept it up a little bit. Exactly. You're paying money now. That's the other thing to mention is that when you order this now, it's free shipping. So if you can, because once you go, it's not free shipping when the sale starts. But if you got it ahead of time, you get free shipping. So Antoine just mentioned that he only has Cloak to buy because he has it. No, they won't be half price at the MSRP at the halfway sale. Now these are brand new, so these wouldn't be even close to half price until November. Thriller, A Cruel Picture, the limited edition, definitely won't be. I can pretty much say at the point right now that it's not like it's over halfway sold. Yeah, this isn't going to be there, or this version of it's not going to be there in November. And if it is, it's still not going to be. Are you trying to convince me or yourself, Twisted? It's still not going to be at the price. Let's dive into it and see exactly why I think it makes it worth it. $6 shipping. But the thing is, like, you can add on to cart afterwards. So once you go into like when you buy the bundle, like the shipping's free, right, Maddie? But when you buy like one on its own, yeah, there's a shipping cost. But the thing is that basically, once the sale starts, you can add to sale. It's not going to be cheaper at the sale. Like, so if that's what you're wondering about, Justin, I would pull the trigger on Mammoth Connection. If you got the money, if it's going to put you in a bad position, you don't want to do it. But if you got the money to do it and you're feeling okay with it, then yes, definitely do it. What's the difference? Why does Synapse have Thriller and Vinegar Syndrome have Thriller? That gets asked a lot, actually. Vinegar Syndrome has Thriller through the actual person that made Thriller. From what I can tell, and I don't know the whole logistics behind it, but I'm kind of surprised we have not yet seen, and I still expect to see, some kind of cease and desist from Synapse, from Vinegar Syndrome to Synapse down the road. So, because I know that Synapse had the rights to Thriller a long time ago. Hey, Senator Arcadia. They're your friends. Uh, but yeah, so Sentinel's asked about this one first. We'll dive into this one first. This has, and I just told one on the comment, 2 UHD discs. So regular UHD disc, special edition comes out with a Blu-ray. Normally, a lot of those, can be like anywhere between like $30 to $40 to $50, depending on what's included. This one here is going to give you 2 UHDs and 2 Blu-rays. You're going to get, if you are, for instance, are a 4K, you're not a 4K person yet, but you think you're going to be down the road, well, don't worry, because both of the films on here, the Thriller Uncut Festival Edition and the They Color One Eye edition of the film, with the special features, will be on the Blu-ray edition as well. So you're not going to be missing out, and there's nothing that you're not going to be able to watch if you buy it now and you don't have a UHD player or 4K TV quite yet. So I know there's been some confusion about that. I want to get that out of the way, like right away. Yeah, like Justin, like me starting an OnlyFans account, right? So that's something to know. This is, I enjoy this film. It is definitely a darker style film, but I do. It's one that I do recommend. I really did like this movie. Oh yeah, like Thriller's going to go up. Like I'm not sure if it's going to be almost 80, but the thing is, 62.38, Justin, is only for the weekend. So when this site goes live on the halfway to Black Friday sale, which is going to be in May, uh, it won't be 62.38 in Canadian anymore, $50 American, right? So it's not going to be that price there. It's going to be closer to the MSRP. It'll still be discounted a bit, but it won't be discounted as much as here. One of the positives about buying something during the flash pre-order is that you get it for the lowest price possible, even when it includes the sale price. So this is cheaper than it'll be when we see it on the sale. You still be able to buy it, but it might be closer to more like $70 Canadian, which I guess is about $60 American, somewhere around there. And it is loaded up too. Of course, all 4Ks, most all 4Ks anyway, are region free, as they should be. That's one of the selling points of a 4K system. It's a new scan, newly restored from a 60 millimeter OCN, which has not been done, as far as I know, on the Snaps edition of it. It's an older scan of the film. This has original Swedish mono audio from the uncut festival version of Thriller. I think that's the only way to get this actual version of the film. Original untampered with English dub track for both versions of the movie, which is actually really good because sometimes you don't see that. You get a 43-minute making of Thriller on here with Christina Lindberg, the star of the film, with the stuntman that worked on the film, with other actors on the film. We get an interview with Christina Lindberg back from 2017. We actually get 2. We get a Q&A from a screening of the film done at the Alamo Drafthouse in Austin, Texas. Multiple theatrical trailers, TV spots, production, publicity sales, and advertising materials, and additional extras to be determined. So there could be even more stuff that we don't know about that is going to be on here. It is going to be done like the Flesh for Frankenstein and Scanner's Cop edition. So if you're kind of wondering what's going to be packaged like, it is going to have a hard box in there, and inside of the hard box there will be there'll be 2 discs. So there's going to be slip covers. If I'm reading everything correctly, they should have their own slip covers inside of the hard box. So there you go. Yeah, dual slip cover set. So you're going to get 2 slip covers aside from the look of this here inside of there. It's going to be in a massive set. Is it worth the $62 Canadian or the $50 American? Tremendously so. It is a great deal. You're getting 2 4Ks, 2 Blu-rays. You're getting. Let's just say you're not going to go 4K down the road. Let's just say you're just the Blu-ray person, right? Let's say you're a Blu-ray person. You can keep the box, the hard box, the Blu-ray, and you can sell your 4K edition of it because it's going to have its own box and its own slipcase. It's going to have its own. So if that's what you want to do to recoup some of the costs, if you're worried about the 4K part of it, that's something that you can do. I wouldn't do them personally. I keep them both, and I am because I am a 4K person. Trash. I think you're going to be like impressed because I think this is the way that everybody should see this film. I don't have anything against Synapse about several other work. I'm a bit iffy on what's going on with this here, but with this and the way that they went about it, I'm not quite sure. I think that your Synapse thriller might end up being a bit of a collector's edition down the road because much like Blood Harvest, when it was put up 88 films for their slasher classics collection, remember that? And they had to pull it off the shelves, and now you can't see it anywhere because Vinegar Syndrome had the rights to it. This seems like a Blood Harvest issue again, where basically Vinegar Syndrome has the rights to it, but another company is trying to get what they can out of it as quickly as possible. Again, I have no inside prior knowledge with any of that stuff. I'm just going by what it seems like from what I can see out there. But I think this is going to be the one that you're going to go toward. It's a gorgeous looking box. You're getting 4K presentation of both of the films. You'll be getting the Blu-rays and the extra features that are on there as well. This is a brand new scan. So if you got the Synapse, even if you got Synapse, guys, like Trash does, be smart like Trash. And if you're a fan of thriller, pick up this edition of it. Definitely worth the grab. Next up is the 80s classic Cloak and Dagger. I'm a huge fan of this movie, so this is going to be a big one for me. This is another VSU for those that aren't familiar with the VSUs and are kind of concerned about the exterior artwork. And I was a bit too. I was like, this artwork, I'm not quite sure about it. And my cousin's like, yeah, the artwork's a bit off, but it's hitting on all the key points in the film. And he's right. And he's a fan of the movie. So he looked at the box and he was literally pointing out the different things. Oh, that's the old couple there, and that's the walkie-talkie scene, and that's Jack Flack, and that's the father sequence. And so, yeah, my cousin's a big fan of this movie right here. So you'd be surprised. And it's not so much about making it like look. Now remember, it's not like a Blu-ray where it's trying to make it look just trying to upgrade this, maybe the picture or doing the sound thing. It's a 4K, Damien. It's meant to, when it's done right, make it look closer to a cinematic experience as to something that you would have seen when you went to watch it in a theater, as opposed to let's just make it look shiny so that it looks nice on your home entertainment system. So just quickly before we go any further, what I want to do is show you the very first VSU that was put out by Vinegar Syndrome, and that is Beastmaster. So if you're wondering what the Cloak and Dagger one is going to look like, then it's like this right here. It will have this hard box, which will open up with a magnetic case. There'll be artwork on the inside of it as well. There'll be artwork here. There'll be a slip cover and more artwork on there. There will also be a book on the inside that you'll be able to see. So if you're not super big into the artwork that's on the exterior of it, there's even more artwork to choose from. I think it's supposed to be like a comic, and it does that type of comic type of feel to it. Though when most people think of a Cloak and Dagger comic, they do tend to think about the Marvel TV show that and comic didn't last very long. Now this one here is another 4K. They're really loading up on the 4Ks. I'm glad, Jeff. I'm super excited about Cloak and Dagger as well. This is such a good film, by the way. With this one, we get a 40-page perfect bound book, like I just showed you right there. You're getting a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray set. So this is going to have a 4K UHD and a Blu-ray as well. So you are going to be able to watch the film whether you have a 4K system now or not. You're not going to be missing out. And that's kind of important. Looks like 80s children's show. It's a really cool film, though. Actually, I'm not sure if you saw it. Not Manny. I'm probably sure you did, but if you did, you're going to enjoy this. What we know so far is we got a commentary track with screenwriter Tom Holland, moderated by Joe Lynch. That's exclusive to the VSU release. You will not get this anywhere else. There's a brand new exclusive making of documentary, Konami Codes and Cult Classics. I love that name. Extensive behind the scenes stills galleries, multiple TV spots. And what's really interesting here is there's many more exclusive extras to be announced. So, oh, Morgan, you got to get it. You got to pick that one up. It is such a fun film. If you've never seen this before, it is so fun. And it's one of those movies, like, you're going to get some movies, like Thriller it's a good movie, but it's super, like, it's a harsh film. It's a bit of a rough watch. I can honestly say that Cloak and Dagger is the type of movie. It's definitely going to look better in person. I think people have been ragging on it a bit too much trash, myself included when I initially saw it, to be honest with you. It does have the feel of almost like a 2600. Actually, I think, because William Forsythe's in this one, and he looks very different. It's a Atari 5200 because it's worth it though. When you get something that's quality, Justin, I think it's something that you like now, not something that you're like, okay, I want to get this because the cover looks nice or because it's got some nice special features. But Cloak Dagger is based off the Atari 2600 cover. No, I did not know that's in Arcadia. So thank you. That's actually kind of cool to know. It makes me kind of appreciate what they're doing even more. When you see something that you're like, this is a favorite of mine from my youth. We used to watch this all the time. I know it's probably on 2600 cover, but I mean, in the movies, he's playing an Atari 5200. The reason I know is because on the back of the cover, I'm a big geek. And I'm a retro game collector. You can see the system, the controller, and the controller is the 5200 because it's got the pad on the bottom of it, and the Atari 2600 was just the joystick. It's really entertaining. I don't think you often get a movie that's going to have Dabney Coleman in it and William Forsythe and not be an entertaining film, and Henry Thomas too. At the height of his childhood stardom. It's a slip-covered 2-disc 40-page book with that magnetic glass case, and like some people, like was mentioned there, said it might have more of the original poster art on the inside of it as well. So it's going to be kind of a treasure and a fun little experience to open this up. I gotta say, when it comes to something like the VSUs and the Thriller one as well, I don't know what it looks like on the inside. I don't know what those slipcovers are going to look like. I don't know what the slipcover for Cloak and Dagger is going to look like. That's my geek in the center. But thanks, because I would not have known it was based on like the video game artwork at all if you hadn't mentioned it. It's going to be like, if you don't, once the sale happens, I'm sure you can go and look at it. But if you're like me, what I'm probably going to do is not look at what it's going to look like on the inside and wait till I open it up and kind of be like a surprise package. I'm kind of geeky like that. Cloak and Dagger is a fun film, and it's a action film. It's a spy film. It's one of the very few movies that comes out from boutique labels right now that you know what, I can sit down and watch this with the family. I can sit down and watch this with the kids. I can sit down and watch this on my own and just have fun and not get stressed or anything like that. It's just a really good experience and a really fun film. Which brings us over to Miami Connection, which is getting a 4K, which honestly I didn't think was possible. I thought that all the elements to this film were lost. I was certain that the alternate cut of the film had lost elements as well. So that also was a bit of a surprise for me. I think the Miami Connection 4K, I don't think there's anybody out there that could have guessed this one, just because it looked like something that wasn't possible. And for people that like the standard kind of cool looking stylized artwork on their releases, the Miami Connections 4K definitely has that. So if you're thinking of the Vinegar Syndrome, like the really cool looking Vinegar Syndrome covers, the ones that really stood out. Miami Connection is going to be another one of those that's going to stand out to you. Again, it's a 4K release. It's going to have 2 versions of the film. Remember when Miami Connection came out, well, the version we saw was when he wasn't satisfied, so reshot some stuff. Well, this is another version of Miami Connection that's available on here as well. So when you get this one here, again, it has a UHD disc for Miami Connection, and it has a Blu-ray of Miami Connection with special features. And on the second Blu-ray is Escape from Miami, which is an alternate cut of the film. This is the dude designs artwork, and it's very obvious that it is. Tom Hodges does a great job on the artwork here. This is loaded up with special features as well. We get a brand new, extensive, and exclusive making of documentary, Resurrecting the Dragon, looking back at Miami Connection again. This, again, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35 millimeter interpositive. So that's pretty mind-blowing, actually, to see that, to see us get that. We get a feature-length audio commentary with star producer YK Kim and writer star Joseph Diamond. Friends for Eternity, the making of Miami Connection, runs 20 minutes long. I love the way that they break it down here. The 25th anniversary Dragon Sound reunion concert from Fantastic Fest 2012 is 10 minutes long. I guess we sing a couple of their songs. New American Dream, archival YK Kim promotional video. Who is YK Kim? Archival YK Kim promotional video. Theatrical trailer, reversible cover artwork, and English STH subtitles. So it is a great release. You can see the Dragon Sound on the back of this. Dragon Sound's the name of the band that plays in this. Miami Connection is most, I guess, notoriously known for being not just a really bad movie, but a really extremely entertaining, fun bad movie. Because there's a difference. There are movies that you can put on and they're horribly done, and you're kind of trying to get through it. I'm looking at you, Blood Lake. But the original print of Miami Connection that was re-released was one on eBay for $50 with Alamo Draft House. I did not know that. That's a cool, fun fact, though. This was a huge shock to a lot of people. I think a lot of people did not expect to see this, to see us get this. And I didn't. I didn't expect this to. I had no clue that this was coming about. Yeah, a lot of people say when the LP came out, I guess that could have been a hint, but most of us just thought that we were going to feel lucky enough to get an LP from Miami Connection because the Alamo Draft House was about as good as we were going to get, and it's a good release. But this is just going that extra step, and you can't like feel bad about this. Now, this ships out from May 27th to the 30th. You want to see what the secret titles are first? Or you could go for there is the option, Morgan, so you want to see if you want to get the bundle. Is that it? Let's look at the bundle. Well, let's look at the secret titles, because we know, well, the bundle has one other title that we know about that you can't buy on its own right now. Yes, him in the film print cast. Yeah, see, that's it, man. But they worked hard on this. This is now a 4K edition of it. We also have another one on here, and I think we got to look into this one too. And it's right here. So it is Horror High and Stanley. It's a double feature. This might be the only one that I might, if I had the money at the time, want to grab, because I am a super fan of Horror High. I have the DVD of it with the Joe Bob Briggs commentary, which I'm hoping is ported over to the new edition. This is a weird ass cover for Horror High, because Horror High it's just a revenge film. It's a bully kind of like revenge film where they're like kind of bullying this teacher. It's not a supernatural film. Not if I'm remembering it correctly. And Stanley is this, if I remember right, it's a snake film by Wim Greffy. So it's a higher budgeted. It seems higher budgeted than some of the earlier William Griffey things. So it's not the it's not like the psychedelic priest one. But let's see if any of you guys here have any ideas of what the secret titles are, because I'm going to be honest with you, this is the one time that I don't have any clue. Definitely check it out, Dustin. It does help sometimes to check these out to make sure it's your jam. Now just know that the version of Horror High and Tubi, it's going to be a little bit cut. I'm so jealous of your Flickering Waves. By the way, check your Flickering Waves stuff. A minute with YK Kim and more Smith in attendance. I think they're okay at the point of like notoriety and money they've made now. I think they're pretty good with it. Now here are the clues, and I'll be honest with you, I'm stumped. Stanley's Willard, exactly. That's a perfect one. Hey there, Dave. Welcome, man. Love the Batman thing. And both clues, here are the clues right now. We always try to say the weirdest, wildest, rarest, and our most head-spinning flicks for the secret titles. So as always, we've prepared a doozy. First up, making its worldwide Blu-ray debut from a stunning new 4K restoration of its original negative is a grim, grimy, and gruesome indie monster movie featuring a very peeved creature stalking sunny SoCal. This one took a ton of wrangling to get right, and we couldn't be happier to give it a new life. Plus, if you're starved for helping of only in the 80s insanity, you'll no doubt fall head over heels for this star-studded oddity with a typically off-the-wall premise that's been causing jaws to drop for nearly 40 years. Blood Beach, dude, you know how many people, David, that would kill to have Blood Beach on on Blu-ray or 4K? If that's Blood Beach, that'll be a mind-blowingly massive, exciting thing. So for those that don't know, Blood Beach was an early kind of VHS horror release. Is actually the very first horror film that my dad saw on VHS. This was an early VHS horror film, and it's fun. Blood Beach is a lot of fun. If it's the one I remember, the cover has this girl, she's being sucked down into the sand, and it's very kind of Jaws-like in that way, and she's kind of reaching up. So yeah, that's if it's Blood Beach, that would blow my mind, David. I would 100% say if it was Blood, I would tell you grab it, because Blood Beach is a lot of fun. Blood Beach is not like something like a Monster Go-Go, which isn't fun at all. It's Blood Beach is a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed that film. For those that have hit the like button, I want to thank you very much, because it does help the YouTube algorithm, so that if I'm doing these videos, you can see them and know exactly when they're coming about. The more likes you get, the more that video gets, the more chance you have of actually getting notified when a video goes live. So thank you for that. And we're going to go into Mondo Macabre in a second. But before I do, is there anything else, any other questions or comments that people want to make about the Vinegar Syndrome stuff? We're getting down to the wire for ordering these right now. It ends Sunday at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what Eastern Standard Time is, so I'm not quite sure where we are in Eastern Standard Time right now. Let's just see. EST now. It is 11:19. So if you are thinking about it, this is the cheapest price that it will be, even during the sale. So unless you're going to grab the entire bundle, like Morgan's thinking right now, and you just want one of these or two of these, or you just want these three, grab these three now. Hey, Kubrick, welcome, man. Well, damn, this is one big Oscar. How many? This is going to be the most downloaded Oscar ceremony of all time, Maddie. Yeah, there is 40 minutes ago. Dustin is correct. So if you want to get this, if you have any other questions about any of these films that you want to ask me about, whether it be Thriller, Cloak and Dagger, Miami Connection, or the double feature of Horror High and Stanley, then feel free to ask me out. That is why I came on here tonight rather than sleeping. I wanted to make sure that we got to look at this. I was going to do this yesterday, but we have been doing some things around the house that's been taking up a bit of time, and I wasn't feeling the greatest earlier. Blood Beach or Scared to Death could be the monster movie. Either one of those, Morgan, I think would be a great release. I would, as the two of them, I want Blood Beach more, but I think Scared to Death is more likely because they've already got a working relationship with William Malone from previously. Scared to Death is definitely something that could be, because could be like a ton of fun. That either way, if it's either one of those two, you have to say at this point right now, with what we've seen, like that we already know about from May, and I will be, just so you know, guys, I will be doing a live video, for the April announcements as well. So that will be coming out. I'm going to try and do a video on Thursday. For those that don't know, I know Dustin knows, and George knows it's my birthday. So I'm probably gonna do a video on my birthday as well. This was my birthday weekend because next weekend is kind of busy and I'm working on my birthday. So I wanted to do. We did a thing this week. We had like some Swiss chalet, and I just had a little cake, and opened up my my presents, and kind of just had a nice day of it. We had a nice family day. We just me and my cousin Raj and my better half Hind. We really enjoyed it. So there you go. But if anybody has any questions on this, I will come back to this. We will go to Mon Macabre next. I'm thinking about going into the Warner Archives as well. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Yep. And we're getting down to the wire, guys. So if you want to get any of these, if you know you're not gonna get this bundle, and you want Thriller or Cloak and Dagger or Miami Connection, or you want 2 of these or 3 of these, this is the time to get them. If you want to get all of them, maybe you want to wait. If you had the bones to get like this, the big bundle, go for it because it's going to be as cheap as it gets. So Morgan, you kind of know, sort of, 4 of the 5, 4 of the 6 titles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that are 5 to 6 titles that are coming out. So Miami Connection, Cloak and Dagger, Thriller, the double feature. And the double feature, another thing I should mention is that when Vinegar Syndrome started out, they used to do double features for Peakorama and double features for Drive-In Collection. And the Drive-In Collection originally started as exploitation with some adult stuff and went into more kind of exploitation horror. The Horror High Stanley double feature is a relaunch of the classic Drive-In collection that they're putting out. Well, you're going to afford the 2 Blind Secret titles. That's okay because I think you're safe with the Blind Secret titles. If it's Scared to Death or Blood Beach Ragnar, that's going to be pretty cool. So yes, this is the relaunch of the Drive-In collection. The more people that buy the double feature, the better it's going to be when they're thinking of doing more Drive-In classic collections. There are going to be double features. There are going to be Blu-ray now. They're going to be done with kind of the artwork on each side. I'm very excited about that. If it's Scared to Death or Blood Beach, which a lot of people think it's one of those two, then we only have one other title that we don't know. So Morgan, knowing that there's only one title that you possibly don't know, if you wanted all the other titles, and I don't know if you do, maybe you're just going to grab the secret releases and maybe one or 2 of the titles. Are you tempted? Are you tempted, Morgan, to go out and like grab the bundle? I'm like the devil on your shoulder. Once you research the Drive-In double feature, getting the bundle was an easy decision. That is true. Flickering. It is. No, if I could have afforded it, this would have been a no-brainer for me. It was something that I could have afforded. So I'm blessed to have somebody that was able that grabbed those for me because I'm so excited. And now I may have a chance if I want to buy that double feature. I may be able to save up enough to just grab that if that's the only thing that I can pick up because I do kind of want to get the driving thing myself as well. Soon as I have 4. Yeah, that's the thing, Jeff. 4Ks. That's an insane thing, and it's not really. There's like actually 4Ks because Thriller has 4Ks in it, and it's 2 different like versions of Thriller, so it's like 2 films, right? So you got 4Ks. You got Cloak and Dagger. You got like Miami Connection. That's really 4K discs at least, right? And plus a double feature, plus 2 other films that you don't know about. Yeah, Justin, I saw it just before I came on here. My better half actually reached out to me. So right here live now is the Mondo Macabre sale. There is a pre-order up, I think, for their March April limited edition bundle. It's much cheaper if you want to go for something that's cheaper, and it's for pretty much this is a one-man show. Mondo Macabre, he works really hard on what he does, and I'll just kind of go through this. I'm going to be careful because some of these do tend to sometimes have nudity and stuff. So I want to be sure. Wasn't it uncut anyway? I saw it from Japanese for some reason. It's not, well, it's family film. I wouldn't say it's a children's film because I think if you say children's film, people are going to maybe turn away from it a bit more. And I don't think they should. It's a fun film. It's definitely a film that's fun for the family. But don't let that like push you away from it because it's really good. Cloak and Dagger, Mammoth Connection at the Mount. Oh, those are good releases. I can understand Thriller being a rough one for some people. So I always like to, whenever I put like Thriller out there, I like to preface it like there's movies out there that are kind of like it, like Last House on the Left and stuff like that. So there's gonna be some dark stuff there. Dr. Calgary's this year, I think. So we got Hotel Fear here. I was going to say Hotel California, guys. We got Hotel Fear here, Apocalypse After, and Strangler versus Strangler. If you want to get all 3 of these here, it is going to be $78 altogether. Not a bad price for 3 Mondo Macabre limited edition releases. And let's be honest, Mondo Macabre limited edition releases have started to go fast. We're starting to see them sell out extremely fast. These red case editions. You can buy Hotel Fear. Now look at this cover here on Hotel Fear. Look how gorgeous this cover is. I understand, Jeff. Me too. I get excited like looking at them and seeing what a great job that they're doing. And for those that aren't like familiar with this, I am going to do a quick read of the description of the film. Are you ready? I will try to do my best. My dramatic read. Somebody laughed when I said I was going to do a quick read description. Okay, the story takes place in Italy towards the end of World War II in a rundown hotel on the shore of a large lake. A strange assortment of guests are staying there. They seem to be either suffering from mental illness, involved in scams on one sort or another, or hiding something in their past. Rosa, a teenage girl played by Leonora Fanny, works with her mother, Marta, trying to keep the hotel functioning. Due to the war and the frequent bombing raids that take place, the hotel is on its last leg, and even finding food for the guests is a major problem. Rosa writes letters to send to her father, who is fighting in the war. Rosa's mother dies unexpectedly, and suddenly the girl finds herself at the mercy of the sexually rapacious, I'm going to go with that, and insane hotel guests. After a vicious essay by 2 of the guests, Rosa despairs. She calls on her absent father to avenge her, and it seems her call is answered when 2 guests die violently at the hands of masked love killers. We got kind of a giallo style here, guys. But who really is the mystery assassin, and is Rosa losing her grip on reality? Directed by Francesco Borelli, it's his second feature after the highly regarded Perfume of the Lady in Black, which actually is a really good film. Due to distribution problems, the film has been hard to see. It has never been released in the U.S. before, and this is its world premiere Blu-ray release. Hey, Future Boy, welcome, man. Pre-order Cloak and Dagger, man. So fast, can believe the quality. It's amazing, man. It's awesome. Feature-wise on here, we're getting a 1080p, brand new 2K restoration of the OCN. You're getting a choice between Spanish or Italian language tracks with separate English subtitles for each. brand new interview with the director, brand new interview with one of the actors, our cover interview with Francesca Borelli, brand new audio commentary with Rachel Nesbitt and Peter Jumstad. So you know that's going to be good. The Fragments of Fear podcast, by the way, another great podcast to put on your list, along with Flickering Waves and Just to This and Pure Cinema and VH Us and Cobweb. So many great podcasts that are right there, guys. So many great podcasts. I always forget some. Next up, we have Strangler versus Strangler. Feature-wise on this one, it's a little bit. This is a Serbian film, a Serbian language track with English subtitles or rare English language dub. We have brand new interview with the director and audio commentary from Serbian film critics and historians, whose names I unfortunately cannot pronounce. So I'm not even going to lie and say that I can. And it is about a city in Belgrade, pretty much, that wants to get like kind of like a big city status, like a New York type, a bigger city status. And one way to do that is your town's got to have a serial killer, right? But suddenly this town has two serial killers, two stranglers. So Strangler versus Strangler. Is Belgrade really big enough for two stranglers? Well, you watch the movie, you find out. The third brand new release here is Apocalypse After, the films of Bertrand Mendico. So there is more than one film when it comes to this release right here. What you're getting here are 11 films by the director, 11 short films by the director. Apocalypse After, Blue Cavalier, Burrow in the Box, Depressive Cop, Any Virgin Left Alive, He Said He Is Dead, Living Still Life, Our Lady of the Hormones, Prehistoric Cabaret, Salambo, The Life and Death of Henry Darger. There's going to be a 20-page full-color booklet with art and design work by Bertrand Mendico himself. Brand new cover, and it's going to be limited to 1,500 copies. Yeah. Dave, that slap is a slap heard around the world. And I don't know the crux of what's behind the scenes, if there's more to it. So I'm not going to jump on one side of the fence, but it's interesting to say the least. So just to give another idea who Bertrand is, I'm going to just mention right here. So Bertrand Mendico was one of the world cinema's most visionary and original filmmakers. He began his work as an animator, went on to win many awards for his short and medium-length films. In 2017, his first feature, The Wild Boys, was released to great acclaim, as followed in 2021 by his second feature-length film, After Blue. He is currently working on a new feature, She is Conan. Mendico makes films that are unlike anybody else's. His work has an astonishing beauty mixed with moments of dark humor, cruelty, eroticism, and melancholy. The textures, colors, secretions, and sounds from which he conducts his films can create a seductive and immersive world that envelopes the viewer, drawing us into a magical and mysterious place where almost anything could happen next. So it is, again, a fascinating. I'm not quite sure if anything is on sale here, but there are some great releases. Hunting Ground is a great release. Panic Beats is a cool. Upon Nashville. Queens of Evil is a really, really good. If you picked up the folk horror box set that came out from Severin Films, then I would add Queens of Evil, and you liked it. Add Queens of Evil to that collection because it's a really good film and a great release. If you're one of the lucky people that grabbed this when it had its limited edition, there's an extra bonus disc. Well, it works. See, that's not how birthdays work, future boy. If your birthday works that way, then let me know when your birthday is. It's just the opposite. Blood Ceremony is here as well. An Ideal Place to Kill is here. All releases that I can definitely recommend. If you like werefilms, The Beast and the Magic Sword is here. That's a great little film. Devil's Nightmare is a cool film as well. Perversion Story, not as perverse as you think it's going to be. It's actually the other title for it is one on top of the other, And it's a really good little film and a very early Lucio Fulci film. It's going to be very different than what you think it is. Who Can Kill a Child is a fantastic movie as well. And I did really like The Blood Splattered Bride. And I wish it was 30, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. And of course, Inquisition. It was a really good Bonacci film. Very underrated, to be honest with you. So there is like a bunch of stuff here to get. Do we go to the Warner Archives? We'll just check here. Because is there sale thing all over on Amazon now? Because I don't want to go to Amazon on my page. Yeah, it looks like all their moves are over on Amazon. Twisted Cinema. Hopefully you enjoy it and you're not cursing me. You got some good stuff there. Like they say, if you don't like everything, there you can always like regift or you definitely make your money back in some of those releases. That's how I'm right now. Thriller is already over halfway, so all that. And this is going to be one of those that is going to come down to this. So if anybody buys Beastmaster, for instance, now you're not going to get this. This is not what you're going to get. I guess maybe you get this with the slipcover, or if you don't get that, then you'll get this. Kino's a great sale on as well. I saw a lot of people buying from the Kino sale. I saw like a ton of stuff that has been out there. No, I don't want to make this too long video tonight because I was taping some pre-tape stuff from before, and I have to work in the morning. Chris, have a fantastic night. Let me know what you think about it once you get it. I want to go. Yeah, I want to do another video. Probably Thursday, I think. Whenever the big announcement comes, we're going to do another one. So, guys, if you've been enjoying these videos, especially the Vinegar Syndrome videos, I want to thank again. I want to thank Master Chaos for coming on here. I want to thank Disconnected for coming on here, and I want to thank all you guys for joining me and for making the last video that I did on the Vinegar Syndrome like sale, one of my most popular videos in a while. It's gotten over 800 views, and my Patreon video that I did with Ryan Disconnected, then that one has pretty much everybody that is a Crimson Cult Patreon member has watched the video, which is incredible because I'll put some of these out there and people will watch it eventually. The Warner Archive Hanna-Barbera animated series slowed to a halt this year. I've noticed that too, which is a shame because I haven't seen them like doing a lot with Boomerang either. And Boomerang, by the way, guys, is an American streaming service that has a lot of Hanna-Barbera stuff on. So if you're in America, Boomerang's actually fairly cheap to get, and you can watch all the Scooby-Doo and the Jetsons and Flintstones and all those sideshows and stuff like that. But I want to see more done with that because my better half, Future Boy, is a huge fan of that. You're enjoying my advice? Excellent. I want to thank George and I want to thank Dustin for the extremely generous birthday gifts. I cannot wait to receive them. You guys rock. Everybody there, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I'm losing my voice, so I have to go right now. But always remember, there are a lot of movies out there that you get to choose from, but there's only one of you. So remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And as I finish off my tea here in the Cult Cinema, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon here again, probably Thursday, which will be my official birthday, and we'll have some fun.